Hello and welcome to all you Scorpios. Welcome for your monthly forecast for April 2015. And it's another month where a lot is happening, and therefore I made a separate video of the lunar eclipse itself. So if you want to check out the lunar eclipse of the 4th of April 2015, you can have a look at that video. It's totally about the eclipse. I will be talking in this video about the eclipse as well, but also about Venus making an aspect with Saturn and Neptune, and what does it mean for a Scorpio or someone who has a moon or an ascendant in Scorpio. First of all, the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, is about the moon in Libra, the sun in Aries, and it's about new understandings. Well, not new. It's about understandings. It's about clarity. That when there is a lunar eclipse, there is clarity coming people's way, and for better or for worse, because there's no other sign like Scorpio that knows that the truth it can be revealed, yes, but sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't. So that depends on your personal context, of course. Now, so yes, there are going to be things that are going to reveal itself, that are going to be very clear. Now, this eclipse happens into a very hidden house of your hidden part of your chart, which is the 12th house. It's the moon in Libra in your 12th house, which is the most unconscious house. And that shows that whatever you feel, whatever the emotions are, you're not going to show it. And this is already a bit typical for Scorpio, you know, for even if it's the sun in Scorpio or a moon or Venus or whatever, Scorpio is not likely to show what's happening inside. So whatever it is that pops up here, there is some things out of the subconscious that comes to the surface. And you're going to have a deep look at it, and it has to do with blind spots. It could have to do with things that old patterns from the past that are not working anymore, and now you face them, and you actually doing that work all on the inside without anybody knowing about it. Could be the case. Of course, this is a bit. It could be a bit heavier, because if you can't share your doubts, your problems, things that you are not sure about with someone else, it makes it heavier, doesn't it? But this is how it works, apparently, with you for this moment. It also has to do with the opposite house, with the 6th house, because there's the Sun, Uranus, Mercury, but also a very important asteroid, which is called Psyche. He or she is in the picture of this lunar eclipse. And what is Psyche all about? Psyche is about the soul. It's about spirit. It's again next, and it's in a very special place because it's right next to the sun in your chart. And the sun is also about spirit and about understanding and consciousness. So the clearness starts with 6th house issues, which could be health, which could be your diet, which could be your work, your day-to-day work, your day-to-day routines, the things that you do on a day-to-day level. There is some real clearness coming up, and therefore you need to take some time off for yourself. And that's the moon in the 12th house. That can be meditating. It can be some time alone. It can be you, you know, people who've got planets in Scorpio, they need their time. When something happens that is that is important, they need time to digest it. And it's basically, it doesn't have to be something big, but it can have an impact on you that needs a bit of distance, that needs a bit of detachment here. And you will be able to do that because the moon is in Libra, which is actually an air sign, which is quite detached already. And it's connected to Uranus. Uranus is a planet that tries to detach you. So whatever it is, and that is close to your heart, that was probably triggered by the 6th house, which is work, day-to-day work, your health, your pets. There is this kind of resolvement, this kind of emotional understanding, if you like, on a very deep, almost the conscious and the unconscious are meeting up with each other. And that's always very interesting, because the growth is very deep then, and the experience is very deep. So take some time off if you can, of course. And if you can't, try every day, maybe around evening time, to reload your batteries, to be alone, to listen to some music, to, I don't know, watch a beautiful movie or whatever, but that calms you down a little bit. Because you will feel the need to do so. You will feel the need to regenerate yourself, but a bit in solitude, if you like. And so that's the eclipse for you. There are major breakthroughs when it comes to things that you didn't know about yourself, that you didn't know how you were dealing with it. And a Scorpio always wants to know more about themselves, and even if it's good or bad or ugly, the good, the bad and the ugly, that's what Scorpio wants to know. It wants to know all. And that suits this eclipse actually very well, and especially with the Psyche there. This is a very good sign that a lot of people will have contact with their own souls. We don't always have that, do we? We don't always have contact with the divine. We don't always know what to do, because we feel a bit lost. But with Psyche there, it means that people will connect on a very deep level, not only with the divine, but also with themselves. And they know deep down inside what is good for them and what is good for all. And that's why this eclipse, although it is a bit restless energy, people will really think before, really dig deep, I mean, before they take an action and take a drastic change. Because if you want to make a big change, considering work, for instance, it's a good time. It's a good time to do that. But it will have an influence on your emotions, which is a bit logical, isn't it? And that can need a bit of time to settle, if you like. Now, the other thing that is going on is Venus. Venus is the planet of what you think is important in life, what you value, what you like, what you enjoy. Love, it's love, it's connections. And Venus is in your 8th house, which is a very scorpionic kind of house in Gemini, as from the 12th. Now, when Venus is in it's a very deep month for you Scorpios, because again, the 12th house is a water house and a deep house. The 8th house is also a deep house. But you as a Scorpio, normally you like deep things. You like deep shifts that are very irreversible, that you know you can transform. That is really important. And it could also mean that on a love level, that there are transformations going on. That because Venus going through the 8th house can be very intimate, and you showing, and with intimate I don't only mean sexual, it's body, mind and soul all together. So it can mean that you, if you are in a relationship or you've just started one, or if you are in a relationship, that you reveal to each other the deepest layers of your personality, and that has a kind of a transformative effect. Now, the only thing that can be triggered around the middle of the month, so a couple of days around the middle of the month, is that this Venus is triggered by Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn is reality, Neptune is dreaming. So if you want to avoid disappointments when it comes to love, it could either be that you need to dream a little bit less, or it could either be that you need to be working a bit harder on your relationship. It's either the one or the other. Some of you will work very hard, but need to keep the perspective, keep the vision, keep it a bit lighter. And others will need to dream a bit less and with the feet on the ground. So, but that's only a minor thing. That's happening around, as I said, just around the middle of the month. So a very deep month for you Scorpios, a very Scorpionic kind of month. And remember, dig very deep into your soul and your soul will have the answers. And also if you believe in God or in the divine, ask and try to connect that you know what's best for you. This is for all of us important, not only for the Scorpios. Thanks very much for watching, for your attention. And if you want to know more about the eclipse, just check out that other video. I will put a link below. All the best to you, dear Scorpios, and see you next month. Bye-bye.